Good morning, all of you. Today we discuss about the topic phase equilibria for BSc 4th class coming under VSK University, Ballard. Let's know about the term phase component degrees of freedom. So before that we discuss the homogeneous system and heterogeneous system. So you know that heterogeneous system in which constituents are present in two or more states are called heterogeneous system. That is, the mixture consists of visibly different substances or phases. For example, the mixture of ice and water, the mixture of oil and water. So you compare these two. So there is a two layers are present. So one is, for example, for mixture of oil and water, we mix that, we get two layers. One is oil layer and another one is the water layer. So these two layers are, we know that it is a heterogeneous system, heterogeneous mixture, we call it. The second one is homogeneous system. System in which the constituents are present in one state are called homogeneous system. That is, the mixture has the same uniform appearance throughout. The system has only one phase. So for example, a mixture of oxygen gas and nitrogen gas. That is, in gaseous phase, in gaseous system, all gases are only present in only one state. So that one is gaseous state. So these are homogeneous systems. Okay. So next here is the one picture diagram is there. So first diagram is note that there is a one phase system of water. This contain only water, and second one there is the presence of water and ice cubes. So that is, one is liquid state water and another is ice, that is solid state. So two states are there, and third one is there is the presence of water, the liquid, and ice cubes and water vapors. There are presence of three layers. So in these three, only first one is the homogeneous system because it contains only one system, that is liquid state. So second and third there is the presence of two states, and third one is presence of three states. So second one contain water, liquid state, and solid state, and third one is water, liquid state, solid state, and gaseous state. So these are the differences. So let's know about the statements of first one of phase, that is phase system. The phase is defined as an homogeneous, physically distinct and mechanically separable portion of a system which is separated from other such parts of the system by definite boundary surfaces. Example, gas and gaseous mixture. So all gases and gaseous mixture, they are only present only one state, that is gaseous state. So these are only single phase system. So second example, immiscible liquids having different phases. For example, CCl4 and water, both are immiscible liquids, heterogeneous system. So hence these are two phases. Benzene and water, both are immiscible liquids, hence it gives the two layers, that is two phases. Another one is oil and water, same, there is two phase system. So third example, calcium carbonate is a solid, it gives calcium oxide solid plus carbon dioxide, it is in gaseous state. So here there is a two solid phases, that is, one is calcium carbonate solid and another one is calcium oxide solid. So two solid phases and one gaseous phases, that is carbon dioxide. So totally there are three phases. And a solution of solid, next example, a solution of solute in water is a one phase system. For example, if you mix sodium chloride in water, it gives a solution, that is salt solution. Here there is only one phase. You know that there is one phase system. Third last example. Okay, next one. Component. We indicate as C. So component is defined as the smallest number of independently variable constituents by means of which the composition of each phase can be expressed in the form of a chemical equation. Or another definition, the minimum number of molecular species in terms of which the composition of all the phases may be expressed quantitatively. For example, in water system, there is the presence of ice, it is in solid state, water in the liquid state, water vapor in the gas state. These three phases, but these three phases are obtained by one chemical component, that is H2O. Hence, this one is the one component system. For example, another example, sulfur exists in 4 phases, namely rhombic phases, monoclinic phases, liquid phase and vapor phase. But all these phases, it contains only one chemical component, that is sulfur. But the chemical composition of all phases is sulfur. Thus, this kind of a system we call it as one component system. So next one is degrees of freedom. So it is defined as the minimum number of independent variables, factors such as temperature, pressure and concentration of a phases, which must be fixed in order to define the condition of a system completely. That is, a system having 1, 2, 3 or 0 degrees of freedom is called univariant system, bivariant, trivariant or non-variant respectively. For example, consider water system. It is ice in solid, water liquid, water vapor in gas state. The 3 phases can be in equilibrium only at a particular temperature and pressure. Therefore, when all the 3 phases are present in equilibrium, then no condition need to be specified. The system is therefore zero variant or non-variant or has no degrees of freedom. In this system, if pressure or temperature is altered, 3 phases will not remain in equilibrium and no one of the phases disappear. So these are the degrees of freedom. Okay, next. So Gibbs phase rule. So phase rule is published in 1875 from Joseph Willard Gibbs. So according to him, it can be mathematically represented as, that is, P plus F is equal to C plus 2, where P is the number of phases of a material and F the number of degrees of freedom, C the number of component of a system, and 2 represents the 2 variables, that is pressure and temperature. So you know that phase. What is phase? Again, the region of material that is chemically uniform, mechanically distinct and physically distinct and mechanically separable is called phase. What is component? The minimum number of independent species necessary to define the composition of all phases of the system. So last one, degrees of freedom. The number of intensive variables that are independent of each other, or in other words, the number of thermodynamic variables which can be specified independently without changing the phases in the equilibrium. So this is the Gibbs phase rule explanation. So next one, application of phase rule in one component system. So apply the phase rule in one component system. For example, water system. So here there is a diagram. So in right side, we observe that in x-axis is the temperature in the degree centigrade, and y-axis, that is the pressure. So here you notice that center point is O, and below that is OB, above OC, and right side OA. So AOB and AOC. So you see that. So here in center O, we call it as triple point because all 3 phases here we notice that in center O, all 3 lines, that is OA and CO and BO, is intercept in point O. That point we call it the triple point. That is, all phases are intersect in that point. So explanation is there. So water system. A phase diagram is a plot showing that the condition of pressure and temperature under which 2 or more physical states can be exist together in a state of dynamic equilibrium. The phase diagram of water consists of first one is areas, that is region. There are 3 areas, that is AOC, AOB, BOC. Here AOC is above one. So you notice that in left figure, that is water phase, and AOB in below, that is water vapor phase, and last one is BOC in left side, that is ice phase. So next, triple point, that is second one is triple point. The above 3 phases, 3 curves must meet at the point O called triple point. So here that is point, you notice that O. So all three curves meet at that point. We call it as triple point, means expression. Okay. Next one is curves, lines. There are three curves: OA, OB, and OC. So here OA, OB, and OC. Okay. Next, first one, areas, regions. Three areas already know, that is solid, liquid, and vapor phases. So each of the three areas, AOC liquid phase, AOC liquid phase, AOB vapor phase, and BOC solid phase, that is ice. BOC is ice phase, that is solid phase, and AOB is in vapor phase. Shows the condition of temperature and pressure under which the respective phase can exist. Hence, applying phase rule, only one phase we have F is equals to, that is 1 means one first phase, minus 1, that is one component, plus 2 is gives to 2. Hence, each single phase has 2 degrees of freedom, that is each area a bivariant system. So second point, triple point. The curve OA, OB, and OC meet at O. The curve OA, OB, OC meet at O. That point we call it as triple point, where the three phases, that is ice, liquid, and vapor, coexist in equilibrium. This point is called triple point. At O, C is equals to, that is component is 1. That component is only one component, that is H2O. The phases are three phases: one solid phase, one liquid, one gaseous. Hence, the phase rule is the degrees of freedom is, that is F is equals to C minus P plus 2, that is component is 1 minus 3 phases plus 2 is gives to 0. That is, it is a invariant or non-variant system. It exists only at a definite temperature, that is 0.0078 degrees centigrade, and pressure 4.68 atmosphere. So last one is curves, lines. Curves OA, OB, OC shows the condition of equilibrium between any two of three phases, that is solid liquid, solid vapor, and liquid vapors. Solid liquid line OC is referred as melting curve or fusion curve. Solid and vapor line, that is OA, is referred as vapor pressure curve or vaporization curve. So last one is solid vapor line OB is referred as sublimation curve. So applying phase rule to a one component two phase system, it gives equals to 1. This refers each single phase has 2 degrees of freedom. So last one is, that is a supercooling OA dash here. So one another curve is there, another is there, OA dash. So above the OB. Okay. So that OA dash, we know that is supercooling area. So also known as undercooling, is the process of lowering the temperature of a liquid or a gas below its freezing point without it becomes a solid. The supercooling of water can be achieved without any special techniques other than chemical demineralization down to minus 48.3 degrees centigrade or minus 50.5 degrees centigrade. That is, water can be supercooled by eliminating solid particles carefully, which includes crystallization.